for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
To the 43, second down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 19 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Mayfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A first down throw for Mayfield. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Mayfield now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on. Always
fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Shotgun now for Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. Brady to throw again. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Bucs come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the 1 tie. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
After 7-3 the score. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just
This is third down.
Mayfield looks to throw.
He'll find his man, Leblanc-Buisson. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend for the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, two cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium.
Play action. Now it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 21 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Throwing now is Brady. Complete to Jones.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Brady.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Brady. Touchdown!
Chris Godwin,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Buccaneers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point put through by Succa, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A 10-play drive that time.
And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they will eventually eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Succop's kick is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield, and that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Brady now on first down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to look deep for more. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? And they feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So after the INT, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on 2nd down, Brady. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Brady now on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. That throw by Brady, incomplete.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that pickup of a 1st down, That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Brady.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A draw play, Bernard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll run again with Bernard.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on third down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said, enough of that.
Brady going to go on fourth down.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. This is taken at about the 14. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
So here are Mayfield and the Panthers.
Trailing 17-10, just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
Now Mayfield gets this to Moore.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Mayfield. There's Tremble, the tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Here's Baker.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Mayfield.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Panthers going to get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Over the middle, he's got Chenault.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mayfield now.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a 1st down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield.
To Chenault on the slant.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. And down he goes goes, a Buccaneer sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Mayfield to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now on for a very important punt here in overtime. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones.
Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line. 2nd and 1. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. It's a loss. Yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And almost to midfield. So they needed a pretty good-sized play, and they got it.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Brady.
Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards that time for number 14. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Brady to throw again. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To throw again on 2nd down, Brady. And finding the tight end Rudolph. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A lot of efficiency here on this drive. Heck, this may be their best drive of the game.
Yeah, if they'd moved it like this throughout the entire game, we probably wouldn't be here in overtime. But right now, what you just said was the key word, efficiency. Taking care of the ball, move it downfield, get themselves in a position to score, and win this game.
On now is Ryan Suckup for the field goal try. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers.